This week on FOXPRO Fur Takers.
We want one to come running at us, get aggressive, get territorial, and get some awesome footage of black bear in a behavior that you don't typically see.
We kick off a new season of Fur Takers, calling black fur in the Canadian bush.
All of a sudden we hear a we're all like, holy crap, what is that?
Black bears, British Columbia. The hunt begins right now.
It's the middle of May and we're in British Columbia hand calling black bears. BC, first morning here, Fred. Nice and cool, a little rainy today. You got any tips for me out here for these black bears?
Man, just keep calling, buddy. You know how to call. You've called enough coyotes in, so just really get on them, reef on them hard, and I try to make it a little longer, a little louder.
Let's go do it. Good luck today, dude. Have a good day. About a year ago, Fred Eichler gave me a call. He just got back from a trip in British Columbia. He said, Abner, you've got to come up there with me and call these black bears in with the hand calls. In British Columbia, you can't use electronic calls. You can't bait the bears. So it's a lot of spot and stock. But, you know, with Kispiock Valley Outfitters and Clinton, these guys, they learned that they can blow these hand calls and get a reaction out of these black bears. We want one to come running at us, get aggressive, get territorial, and get some awesome footage of black bear in a behavior that you don't typically see. You know, I'm not scared, but I can't wait to see how they react. My guide is Alex West, AKA Red, and he is the man. We're just cruising down these old log roads. Man, you get to see some awesome country.
It's really thick bush, so we drive the roads a lot just to put on the miles, really get out there and cover ground, looking for fresh grass. The bears like to hang out on the sides of the road.
We just jump out of the truck. He immediately said it's a smaller bear, and probably not one we want to shoot, but we start blowing that hand call. Here he comes, here he comes, here he comes, don't move. It comes running back down the hill, starts slipping down there to us, looking at us, dodging back and forth, trying to figure out what's going on. What, about 5 footer?
Yeah, it's about a 5 footer. It's a smaller bear, like a 2-year-old.
Yeah, so that's our first one, but we jumped out of the truck and I have the FOXPRO Grand Slam. We just hit that and he come running right back down over the hill to us. That was freaking cool. That's a good sign.
It was good. It responded, it stopped. The call was working. Yeah, let's see if we can find another one.
Let's go do it. That was cool, man. We jumped back in the truck. I'm like, dude, if it's gonna be like this is gonna get crazy real quick. We're gonna basically be cruising these roads, catch them out on the roads or catch them up in the woods, jump out and get the wind right and set up, start calling, and hopefully they come in just like that one did. So, I mean, that's a perfect situation.
Hunting black bears in the spring, it's pretty hit and miss. You can't pattern these bears. They're always running around all hours of the day, you know. You might find them in the early mornings or late in the evenings, but you also find them throughout the day, you know, mid-afternoon. There is no specific time to hunt these bears. It's just put on the miles and get out there and hope for the best. Second bear of the trip, smaller bear, but.
How big you figure that bear was?
That was about another 5 footer, I'd say, yep.
I gotta go off of your judgment on these bears, but everything looks like, oh man, that's a nice bear, let's kill him. So, we're on a good road. Let's keep rolling, so you can find a bigger bear. We didn't go another kilometer or 2 kilometers, picked up another bear. Got a bear right out here, 150 yards.
And the river will really mask our sound, and we'll sneak up as far as we can.
Here he comes, he's gonna come out on the road right here.
Just wasn't the bear that we were after. It was a bit small. I figured that we could find something a little bit bigger.
Lots of bears here in BC.
That was pretty exciting. We had the river really covered our sound there, so
we could sneak right up. I mean, we could have walked right up on top of him. How big was that bear?
It was probably just under 5 feet as well. It was pretty.
That's good. We just need that big 6-footer step out. We're in a hot spot now, brother. We saw, what, 4 bear in about 6 kilometers?
Yeah, that's right.
So we had a lot of logging road left to travel, and we just kept creeping down these roads looking for bears. But we saw 8 or 9 bears right away that first morning. I mean, that was more bear than I've seen in one day ever. There's just vast country and a huge population of black bear right here in BC where we're at. He's just a little guy. Stay tuned, you're watching Fur Takers right here on Outdoor Channel. We're gonna put a big black bear on the ground. It's the middle of May, and we're hand calling big British Columbia Bruins.
Hey, is that a bear right over there?
Bear right here.
Oh, yeah, bear right there.
Keep driving by, keep driving by. This bear's a big bear. It's a shooter. It was so thick that we couldn't see anything. Looked like a pretty good bear, but it was so thick in there. We called to it and it came back down and gave us a look.
Bear just definitely stopped and came back when it responded to the call. So definitely, it was one of the better bears we've seen. It was too thick, so let's go find another one.
If I wanted to kill that bear, absolutely, we could have shot that bear. We want to get a reaction. We want something to happen. We want these bears to come in and show us something that you don't get to see every day. Some good bear tracks right here. Looks like 2 of them in there.
Yeah, they look like 2 bears. What's about a 6-foot bear?
I love using hand calls. Try to get a reaction. What are you supposed to sound like when you're calling bears? To me, you're supposed to sound like whatever you want to sound like. Sound like a fawn distress, sound like a rabbit distress. It doesn't really matter. They can't reason. They're just responding that something is in distress, something's not right, and they're going to come in there and check it out. I mean, that's a nice bear back home. That's a 400-pound bear. 300, maybe?
I don't know.
Decent bear.
Yeah, that was a nice bear. So the first 2 days, quite a few bears. I think it was about 20 plus bears, you know, some big, some small. Nothing that really got our attention. So we come up to a spot where you could see over 1,000 yards away, you know, it's a good vantage point. It's got some hips, some knolls. And we get the truck up in there and we spot this bear from quite a distance away, like about 1,000 yards away.
A big bear out on the road, and Red said, this is a bear that we want to kill. This bear's just feeding on the road, working back and forth across the road. It never even spotted us, had no clue we were there. Red said, let's just sneak across here and see how close we can get. Usually we can stalk in pretty close if the wind's right. We get to about 300 yards, sit down. And I said, if this thing stops, we're gonna kill him. Yes! You hit that call and he looked up, we finally got him to stop, man. All we wanted to do was keep going out there.
Yeah, it worked out perfect. Congratulations.
We were working this bear, but I mean, he did not want to come to the calls. He'd come out on the road. We thought, you know, if we can get him to stop in the middle of the road and get the shot on him, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go ahead and take the shot, so. BC, my first black bear, making that Ruger eat, baby. He didn't charge the call, but I'm telling you what, when he stops, he gave me a shot opportunity that was tough for even this boy from PA to pass up.
Hopefully we can find some blood here. You can see where he kicked up the grass here, so.
You got blood there. You got more blood there.
Yep, a little bit more blood. Look, there he is right there.
Yeah.
There you go. There's your black bear. Yeah.
Boom. That was awesome, dude. He didn't go too far at all, did he? Big freaking black bear. First one. Look at that. You want to get some of that in your face right there? Yeah.
Yeah.
We're up here in BC, running these logging roads all day long. What a beautiful bear. Beautiful hide on him too, isn't it?
Yeah, very nice hide. Very clean, no rubs, soft fur.
Look at that. Get you some of that right there. High five, buddy.
Oh, congratulations.
Thank you, Red. We saw a ton of bears. We've had some bears come down here and actually react to the call and come down the hill to us. We've had bears totally ignore us and run away from us. But this call, I mean, FOXPRO hand call is what we're using up here. It can be used with a strategy in mind when you're hunting anything. This bear was coming out on the road. You stopped him for me with the call. He stopped, looked up, gave me a good shot opportunity. We were able to put a shot on him and kill this bear. Let's get this hoss out of here.
FOXPRO Fur Tactics, presented by Mossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession.
Using hand calls in conjunction with electronic calls really gives you versatility while calling predators. I like to use hand calls in conjunction with my shockwave because I could throw a coyote vocalization in over top of a rabbit distress, or if I'm calling and I get a response, but I want to change the sound real quick or go to a coaxer sound, I can simply pick up the hand call and I'm ready to go. I can throw any sound out there I want, or I can totally change it up. On the electronic calls, you can only manipulate the emotion of the sound so much. With hand calls, you add a whole new dynamic to that calling stance. So using hand calls with an electronic call, definitely something you'll always see us doing on fur takers, and hopefully it'll help you put more fur down this season. Well, we were all feeling pretty good after we killed that first big black bear. Look at that. Get you some of that right there.
And congrats on your first bear, man. That's what I'm excited about.
Yeah.
No matter what you like to call it. If you like to call coyotes, fox, bobcats, anything, if you use mouth calls, this is the place to be in. And it's so much fun watching the interaction. Yeah. You know, we had a bear today, you know, literally comes, you know, here's the call and here he comes. You gotta see this footage. So we're blowing, we're using the backstabber here. Check this out.
Oh my goodness, look at that footage right over your shoulder, dude. Look at that. Oh, that's freaking awesome, man. And let me tell you something. When you have a 400, 300 pound black bear respond to a hand call, that gets the blood pressure rising pretty quick. Fortunately, here in British Columbia, you can kill 2 black bears. So we got that first one out of the way, and we were solely devoted to really get an encounter where with a black bear that's going to respond to the call the way we want it to. There's a bear up here on the road. We just saw these tracks. It's up here ahead of us. We're going to sneak up here and see if we can get on. We just need one to come do that and stop in that thick stuff to give us a shot, but it needs to be a bigger one.
Let's go find another one.
We got a bear right up here. We're gonna sneak up, got the wind blowing this way. We can sneak up on and get a better look at it. Too busy wanting to eat grass, I guess.
There's bears everywhere, but there's nothing coming to the calls like we were looking for. But we're gonna keep searching, and we're gonna find a bear that's gonna react the way that we want it to react.
It's the middle of May, we're in British Columbia, and we're hand calling black bears right here in the thick woods of Canada. Just like calling in coyotes, just like calling in fox, we want one to come running at us, get aggressive, get territorial.
The black bears are starting their rut, so the boars will be chasing the sows.
We need to get eyesight, get visual on them, jump out with the wind right, and hopefully move in on them. We go right around the corner, and Red's like, right there's another bear.
Big bear, big bear, big bear.
This was a big bear, big black bear on the middle of the road. You want to back up and then jump out, slip up that road on it.
The bear walks off into the bush, so we decide to push forward and move up the road.
Just went up over on the bank right there. All of a sudden we hear a huff, 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 huff. We're all like, holy crap, what is that? There, he's coming down the hill. This bear is freaking ticked. It does not like the sound coming out of that hand call, and it's gonna do something about it.
It's popping, the bear is popping, and I can hear it bobbing his jaws.
You want to talk about pop? Never have I saw that. That was the coolest thing I think I've ever called.
The way he jumped up on that stump like that, amazing.
Oh, he was mad. I can't even catch my breath. When you have a black bear barking and huffing and puffing and trying to climb a tree to see you, then leaps up on a freaking 6-foot stump and is just looking at your gun barrel, what do? Yeah. You put the bullet to him, baby, and put some burr down. I'm sorry, I get pumped up, I get excited, but that is something that anybody, if you don't get excited about that, there's something wrong with you. Dude, do you believe how it jumped up on that stump?
That's something I've never seen before. It was pissed.
Look at this, is the stump that it was on right here. Look at this.
That bear jumped over my head off of here and right onto that stump, and you hammered him.
Oh my gosh, that is what you come to British Columbia for, using the FOXPRO hand calls. You can't use electronic calls here for them. We're using the Grand Slam, just squalling on that thing, making them mad, and you get one to act like that. That's what it's all about. Look how pretty, look at that head. Big old bear, right here in British Columbia, baby. That's where you kill something like that.
Beautiful, another nice goat, nice spring bear. Couldn't ask for much more than that.
British Columbia, Red with Kispiox Valley Outfitters and Clint Larson. We have seen more bears here than I have saw anywhere else.
About 25 bears in 2.5 days.
About 2.5 days. This is something I'll never forget. I will be back here. I will blow another FOXPRO hand call up here on these logging roads and chasing black bears with you. You think I could do some damage to you? That joker was ready to come down there and slap me in the face. Spur down, BC.
Next week on FOXPRO Fur Takers, we head south to call coyotes in the hills of Tennessee. Big Al finds calling east of the Mississippi to be a whole new ballgame.
But I love it.
You won't want to miss it.